Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel. To all the people who subscribe, thank you for staying with me. For all the people who comment, thank you for the comments. It's been a long time since I've managed to get time to put a video on. But I'm at one of my drop points now, so I thought I'd try and do it. So, yeah, it is December the 11th on the year 2025. Sounds like that song. Can't think of its name now. But anyway, that's digressing. How am I doing? I'm doing fantastic, to be honest. Still living the dream, so to speak. Early mornings can be a bit tiresome when it's cold and it's raining. A bit wintry. And then you've got basically driving to work, driving in work when it's dark, driving home when it's dark. It does give you what they call winter blues. But that's the nature of being a truck driver, I think, or any type of driver. So today I started with go to Freight in Manchester, pick up a box, then come to Cheriton, which is Gorse Mill in Cheriton. I believe I've got lights and chandeliers and table lights and all sorts in the back of me. So I got here 3/4 of an hour early. Drop time was 8:30. They've been faffing about a little bit. They started now about 20 to 9, so they're on it now. I've got another colleague's wagon who turned up just after me. He's parked at the side of me, so there's no way on this planet am I ever going to get out without him being there, without him moving. And then I've just seen another vehicle from McIntyres, which is another part of our division. Turned up, so it's quite a cozy yard. So yeah, how do I find it? It's all right. Job's good. If you fancy being a truck driver, then there's a few things you need to consider. If you're driving containers like I'm doing, you can be sat pretty much twiddling your thumb. So you can either get a decent book, get your head down, or something like that, or watch a lot on YouTube videos, or there's a good one called Trucking Lee. Slight hint. But yeah. So yesterday, is it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Got to the customer, and I was there 5 hours, being unloaded. So it can drag the days on. You're not permanently driving. Hence, that's why people don't like container driving. That said, it's not the best paid either. Curtain siders seem to get better pay than us. Multi-drops get better paid again. ADR, depending on which company, get better paid again. But in general, metal box couriers like us, as in container drivers, are one of the worst paid. to be honest, it's being a new driver. I think it's irrelevant what you drive, what you're carrying, or what you're delivering. You're still driving a 40 up to a 44-ton lethal weapon. And with everything what's going on in the news about the minimum wage is going up to next year to £12.71. It's a joke. It's called a minimum wage. Minimum. These companies who are only paying minimum wages, and they're saying, oh, we shouldn't have to pay more of this, and we shouldn't have to pay more of that, and national insurance going up, national insurance is doing this, national insurance is doing that, taxes this, taxes that, everything else. If you paid a decent salary, you'd get loyalty. You would. But if you pay crap, you get treated like crap. That's my opinion. You know, you hear on the news and you hear on transport forums, there's a shortage of HG drivers, there's a shortage of wagon drivers. There's only a shortage because the companies pay crap. Nobody will do the job and get so much grief from VOSA, the police, other vehicle users, being away from home, driving like an idiot, doing all the hours for peanuts. That is why there's a shortage of drivers, because no company will pay a decent salary. That is the issue. Not, why would a young lad, a young lad with a newly relationship, why would they drive 60, 65 hours a week and get naff all for it in the end? Stacking shelves at stores like Asda, Aldi, Costco, whatever, they pay better salary, but they're only guaranteed 0 hours. So if I could get a job at stacking shelves at Asda, 39 hours a week, 40 hours a week, I'd be better off. But you can't. They might give you 33 hours one week and 26 the next, and 35 next, and 52 because it's Christmas. But as a truck driver, can cost you in the region of £3,500 to pass your test. And then you've got your CPCs, which is you got to renew your CPCs every 5 years. So you have to be off work for a day for each one, and there's 5 of them. So it's like a week off. And you don't get, 9 times out of 10, if you're a company, they don't pay you for it. They might give you time off, and they might, if you're really lucky, they might pay you for your course if you're there for long enough. But you lose salary. You go back to basic pay. So yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It's not as cracked out all roses, because you have to feed it horse muck to get your roses to grow. Yeah, long hours, a lot of hassle. These so-called business car drivers and these car drivers on the motorway who think we can stop on a 10-inch gap because they're so much of an asshole that they cut you off, and they wonder why they get hit by a truck, or they'll cut across because they'll leave it to the last minute to get onto a slip road, or what you normally get is, I'm not having that truck in front of me. And we indicate to pull out, or we indicate to turn right or left, and they think, no, I'm not having it. I'm getting in front of him. I don't want a big metal box in front of me. Them are the people what cause accidents, and we get the blunt of it. As soon as a truck driver gets caught in an accident, it always becomes, until it's proven, it's the truck driver's fault. We're professional drivers. We should know better. Well, as my relative would say, stick your neck out, smell the coffee, and realise it's the morons in the cars what 9 times out of 10 cause issues. Yeah, we get there's a couple of truck drivers, I've seen a few of them myself, you know, they're 10 inches away from the bumper, and you know they want the backside kicking. That's not safe. You know, when you get told it's between 3 and 500 feet to stop, and they're 3 foot behind you, pushing you. Yeah, that there is idiots like that in trucks, but you know, why can't Vosa pull them? You know, instead of pulling Vosa, you know, instead of pulling people for having the split pin, the locking pin sticking out, or curtain brackets are loose, or whatever. You know, if they see a truck 2 foot up somebody's bumper, 3 foot, they should be busted. You know, but then again, these cars what cut you off, they should be done. But everything's rush. But anyway, we're digressing. I'm not here to give any grief or any hype. Yes, I'm still kicking around. Yes, I'm still driving. I'm finding it very hard to put content on because it's usually pitch black when I'm driving. It's the same thing, driving to a compound, driving to a building, into a storage area, reverse up to a bay, open the back doors, reverse onto the bay, sit on my bum, wait till everything gets unloaded, get the paperwork done, close the doors, drive off back to the storage areas like Freight Maritime, or the place in Liverpool, South Shore, places like that, and rinse and repeat 2 or 3 times a day. So I'm still contemplating what to do, because it's not really good entertainment. I could film the journeys, you know, the morons on the road. Would you be interested? Leave comment if you're interested in stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm a little bit up in the air at the moment to say what I can and can't find interesting for you subscribers. So this is what the video is all about. I have started a new channel to see if I can actually find something I can do on that as well. So that channel will be a link on the descriptions, or you can find it by going onto YouTube and look for Bloodrunner Hunts. Now it's air rifles, and obviously in the title, in the next 12 to 18 months, it will be about vermin killing squirrels, pigeons, rats. Once I get permissions from landowners. So if you're a landowner and you live in the Oldham area and you've got problems with pigeons in your cattle sheds, pooping in your water and your feeds, or you got problems with rats scurrying around your cattle sheds or in your land, you know, like if you got piles and piles of manure and they're all burying in that, or you know, rabbits, which you don't get many told about many rabbits because I think they're all dying off. Please get in touch and, you know, give me permission to go on your land and I'll see if I can reduce some of the pesky little critters. So, please like and subscribe. This is only a quick one to say I'm still here. Please like and subscribe. If you want to subscribe to my other channel, Blood Runner Hunts, please do. I'm only a measly 15 there. If you want to suggest what I can film, like I say, if you're interested in me filming traffic, being stuck on the M6, M62, M61, M65, 66, and all the other lovely car parks, leave a comment below. But I will try and find something to do. But if you've got any suggestions, please leave a comment and like and subscribe. And with any luck, I'll be able to get something out before Christmas. If not, have a fantastic Christmas. Be safe. Be good. If you've got neighbours and a little bit elderly, pop in occasionally. This weather's not good for them. You know, they might not see anybody for weeks and weeks and weeks. Pop in. See how they are. Sit and have a brew with them. You know, you might be the only person they've seen for 2 weeks. They might not have relatives. They might be on their own. You know, give a bit of time to the elderly. You know, make sure they're safe. Who knows? You might be the one what saves one of their lives. You know, you might catch them when they've got no central eating and no food, and they're really, really, really down, and they don't know what to do, and they're in a house. You know, you knock on the door, you might catch that, and you might be able to get some support from them, or at least say, "I'll go shopping for you. What do you need?" It's not just your family; it's other people. We don't learn. You know, we don't look after the elderly, and it's not just English, and it's everywhere. But I'm not particularly bothered about in other countries. I'm more bothered about us. So that's my gripe, whinge, my orange box sermon. Like I say, go to my other channel, like and subscribe, help me grow that one. If you've got any land and you want to get rid of some little pests, please get in touch. Apart from that, have a good one. Enjoy Christmas. If you drink, don't drive. If you drive, don't drink. And let's hope 2026 is a better year than what we've got now. Doubt it. You know, but you can only have your fingers crossed, can't you? Alright? Like, subscribe. Look forward to seeing y'all. I've got a few things in my mind about the other channel, but at the moment I'm really struggling for this channel. So look forward to seeing y'all soon. Alright? Bye bye.